Portugal. Welcome everyone to Grandmother Lodge and White Buffalo, Calf Pipe Woman, and the Promise of Peace. I just have been hearing thunder for days. I did a sweat lodge on Sunday, and this is election day, of course, Tuesday, and it's a day that I regularly meet. A number of you are in my Patreon community, so thank you so much for anchoring that with me. And we meet every Tuesday. If that's something anyone else wants to join our community, it's really beautiful. And we do these kind of meditations and prayers and connections. So it feels like such a huge opening today to be in community, to be with each other, and to recognize our collective power, right? That doing this today for a short time can have a huge impact on the earth, on peace, on the magnetic field, the grid system of the earth, which is what keeps everything steady and strong, and the light strong. And so just this act of what we're doing today is a powerful way to strengthen Mother Earth, to feed the grid system, to feed all of life, to feed the elementals, to feed our dreams. And I know many of you connect with White Buffalo Calf Woman, the grandmothers, and other spirit guides. So I just want to welcome you to invite your own guides in to join us, and also the grandmothers. And I'll be doing invocation to invite everyone in. But working with the grandmothers has been such a blessing in my life, and also a way to claim, for us to claim our own power. The prophecy has been that when the grandmothers speak, the earth will heal. And so this is something that I think a lot of you may have heard, but as we speak, and that can be grandmothers of any age, any gender, I believe, that we are the ancient ones. We are the ancestors that all the ancestors have been waiting for. And so we're going to be going into meditation. We are now in the Temple of Earth Magic, which is where the etheric energy of my Patreon group, where we meet. And this time we're really embodying and connecting with the energy of the Grandmother Lodge. And so the Grandmother Lodge will be tuning into is an etheric or astral space, and it is an energetic spirit light place, and it can be experienced inside you, in your heart, that you embody the Grandmother Lodge, you embody the grandmothers, the White Buffalo Calf Woman, these prophecies. Or you can also or see this as an expression outside. So we'll be doing kind of journey, but just I want to give you permission to start with, that we are in sacred space. Of course, everything is sacred. Everything is permitted. You are accepted unconditionally. And so whatever you experience in your heart on this election day and on these days moving forward is perfect. Accept that. And also in the journey, whatever you experience, if you go to sleep, if you have major visions, prophecies, if you have anything go on, just accept it. We're all different pieces of the puzzle, and it's such a beautiful opportunity for all of us together. Looks like we have 25. Yay. I'm just going to open up the chat to the comments. Excuse me for a moment. I just want to be able to read your beautiful comments. Yay, Gail from Sedona, Oregon, Portugal. Okay. So what I'd like to start with is just to read something. This is my teacher, grandmother, Judith Moore, and she's someone who I worked with. This is Visions of Wisdom. I'll share more of this in the link later, but I wanted to read something here because she talks a lot about prophecy. And there was something that I read this morning that was just like, oh my gosh, this is what's going on right now. And this is from the White Buffalo Calf Pipe Woman. Look around you. You see the sacred twins everywhere. And I'll share the story of White Buffalo Calf Woman in a moment, too. Their action is confusing and causes separation. It is important to remember this when you think about your world and the ones who are acting in a confusing way. You know they are making decisions that are not for the higher good of the people and the earth. This is especially true of the leaders. In the past, you've followed them even when they were wrong because it was expected of you. You were expected to shut up and obey. You did not feel you had the power to make the change that was needed, so you were quiet. You did not see where the change was possible. Things are different now. Now is a time for speaking of truth. You must see truth, speak truth, and acknowledge truth with your life. You must stand together with others who have the courage to speak up. You must stand together for the sake of preservation of this sacred mother planet and for future generations. This time is a time of fulfillment of the prophecy of White Buffalo Calf Pipe Woman. You must see the sacred twins and speak to the dark one, not to destroy what is sacred in the world. You must call to me to heal the dark twin in every way. Only then will peace be possible. I have returned. I am here. I hear you. I surround you. And I surround that which needs healing with my sacred mist so people may live. Mother of the sacred twins, you have birthed them into life, and now they have returned to your womb, to oneness. Open the lodge in your heart. Call us, and we will come. I speak to the people of all nations, to the people of many traditions. I call you into councils now to listen with your hearts when your distant brothers speak their truths. Do not judge their words. You have not walked their path. You cannot know their sorrow. Listen with your hearts to their stories, their truths, and their wisdom. Respect these ways of other nations. You stand in a sacred circle with all people. Respect the circle that you share. The time of the great promise approaches. You are living the prophecies. Know this and know that you are sacred. Know this and know that you stand in the sacred circle together with the many nations. Maybe take a deep breath and let that move into your energy field, into your cells, into your sacred body, an embodiment of this moment, this time we're in at this pivotal day. And I'm going to light a candle to open the ceremony and connect with the spirit of White Buffalo Calf Woman and the grandmothers. Try that again. I'm getting to do two matches at once. And I make an offering of love and gratitude and prayer for this day, with all of us weaving together a circle of peace and love and truth and prophecy, standing tall, standing in our power, standing with grace and without judgment, in oneness for all of creation, for oneness with Mother Earth, for right relationship with all of creation. We welcome the grandmothers, the Spirit Council of 13 grandmothers. We welcome our own grandmothers into this cosmic law of one, sacred space of Christ Sophia energy. Breathe into your hearts. We breathe as one. And I'd like to make an offering to the spirits of the lands where each one of us live, to the indigenous ancestors of the land that have been taking care of those places all around the world. It may be our own homelands or the homelands of our ancestors. We honor these lands, these places where we anchor the grid, where we send our love and peace deep into the earth. We'll honor these ancestors with an offering and also ground our roots deep into connection with Mother Earth, with Gaia beneath our feet, and let that love flow all the way down to the center, to her core, to her sun, her crystals, her mycelium network, to the brown fairy realms, deep in the oceans, deep in the earth, and connecting to the crystalline grid, her energy system of light, of all different dimensions, the rainbows, the grid system, and however you need to connect. I want to call upon the pine tree, the tree of peace, as well, and the unicorns and the white lilies represent peace as well. Thank you. And if you know the tribes in your area, feel free to hold those names. For me, I wish to honor the Cowlitz, Yakima, and Chinook tribes, as well as the Cayuse of Kiskista. They are with us. I'd like to make an offering and call in honor the fairy realms, the elementals of all the elements, the earth, air, fire, and water, and ethers. Breathing in and allowing them to be anchored in each direction, north, south, east, and west, wherever we are. Welcome those beautiful beings of light that regenerate and care for nature that we are part of. We may be that as well. So our allies and special beings, the fairy queen, the fairy king. And also that green realm of the beings of nature in these realms. This beautiful earth, the trees and plants, the magical ones, the mystical ones, the white fairy realms of the Davic, angelic, and above. Breathing in with the grandmothers. I can feel they're very much in this world with us. And so honoring those grandmothers of your own grandmother. And if you wish, your grandfathers, welcome. Those that wish to come with healed and whole intentions to join our circle and weave this peace on earth and for all of humanity, starting with ourselves. So inviting those grandmothers, you can even say that your grandmother's names, grandfather's names, great grandmothers in your heart. And we'll invite those all the way back to your origins, that or part of your lineage that are healed and whole that wish to join us today. Beautiful ancestors, thank you. And then I'd like to make an offering to our cosmic ancestors and the above, the sun, the great central sun, the cosmic sun, the cosmos itself, the sun, the moon, the stars, the planets, our star ancestors, our starlight, our star seeds, those planetary beings of light. And connect your body, your central channel with the sun and with the earth, creating a beautiful channel of light, heaven and earth, anchored in all directions. Thank you, thank you. Beautiful offerings and welcome, welcome to all these spirits. Like I say, if you have other guides and spirits and your higher self, you can invite them in. We'll make a beautiful weaving with the grandmothers. I can hear them singing and drumming, so we welcome them. Welcome, White Buffalo, Calf Pipe Woman, White Buffalo, Calf Star Woman, with the promise of peace. Fairy Queen and Merlin, Saint Germain and the Violet Flame. Sing Tara, Isis, a lot of the goddesses here. And we're being asked to really hold that space of love and allow our frequencies to rise, to become pure and innocent, bring ourselves into that beautiful octave of peace, of grace, of love, of light. So just experience that for yourself for a moment. You might even sense colors or rainbows in your body, or a sense of tingling, or your guides with you, or visions. But we'll just start with an inner check-in. And just for you to really hold yourself in this beautiful space of love, self-love, comfort, compassion. We've all gone through so much in this lifetime, in these days, in these moments. So breathing in that love and also receiving the medicine that is available in this meditation together. Just let the medicine, the light, whatever you need to fill your heart, to come in, to balance you, align you, initiate you, whatever it is, help you shift. This is a time of allowing peace. So any inner conflicts as they arise, we ask for peace. And I want to share a version of White Buffalo Calf Woman's story, just for those who don't know as much about her, and then we'll move into more of a journey. But it's such a story for our time that in the past, there was a tribe, the Lakota Sioux, that were starving and lost and troubled. They had been following prophecy and guidance, but felt lost. And one day, these young men, these twins, some say, went out to hunt in the lands. And they saw a beautiful sight on the knoll before them. It was a buffalo, and it became a beautiful, beautiful woman. And she appeared to them. They were in awe, and one of the young men was very overcome with lust and desire to see the beauty of White Buffalo Calf Woman. So he approached her in that way. And he was transformed in the mist into the bones and the worms and snakes that later fertilized and compost into a new world. But the other twin had a pure heart and approached her and bowed to her and said, "You are holy. Why are you here? What is your message?" And she told him to prepare the village, to go back, prepare and beautify their village and prepare for her to come. And so he went back and they prepared. They were lost people, but they wanted to create beauty for this holy one, this beautiful one. And so they prepared and they cleaned and they felt good. And they saw their own beauty in that. And then she came and they welcomed her and they feasted. And she gave them many ceremonies, the sweat lodge, the sacred chanupa, and 7 different ceremonies for them to practice, to learn devotion, to learn right relationship with the earth, to hold that strong and to guide them forward. And when it was her time to leave, she rolled on the ground and became a white buffalo, and then a brown black buffalo, a yellow buffalo, and a red buffalo, and then disappeared. And since then, these sacred ceremonies have been in place and used by many traditions. She's actually a goddess for all of us. She is here now to help us embody peace. So letting yourself feel her, embody her. She's part of the Sky Grandmothers, the Council of Grandmothers, and called the Beautiful One. And this story is a reminder. Maybe take a moment right now to recognize that you are her, that you embody White Buffalo Calf Woman's spirit of peace and innocence and purity. And you can let that enter your third eye. And you can also invite the twin men onto your shoulders, the pure twin and the shadow twin. And that you are the pure twin and the shadow twin. And you are also the people. You are the community. And so I'd like to welcome you to invite into your heart all these aspects of yourself, to love, to honor, to give compassion to even those that are dark and behave not in ways that we choose to see, that we carry the shadow within, and we are seeing it very strongly in the outer world right now. So with that, bringing your breath deeper down into your body, your energy into your heart, into your womb or hara, and breathing with that beautiful light. We're moving into the Grandmother Lodge together, which is next to the Tree of Life. So imagine you are moving towards this place. You can see it in nature, you can see it in your heart, you can see it in the lower world, the middle world, the upper world. But we're going to enter together into the beautiful Grandmother Lodge. Grandmothers are waiting for us, the ancient ones with the feminine creation, energies of truth, of beauty, of love, welcoming us to remember. Let yourself receive as you imagine, or just know that you are in the lodge. There's a beautiful fire at the center. The beautiful one, white buffalo calf woman, is present. And she has her chanupa, which is a beautiful pipe. And it carries a bowl for the feminine and a stem for the masculine. And she's putting them together for us to experience any aspect of ourselves that needs to marry of the masculine or feminine or those qualities. And with that, the pipe is ready to be smoked with prayers, and our prayers lifted to spirit, to the holy ones, and also our prayers embodied so we can walk forward from this day embodying the prayers, being and living the prayers, acting on prayers, living that sacred walk, that sacred life. So let yourself be in the lodge and open to any experience, feeling, sensing that you are having. You might have a grandmother or white buffalo calf woman approach. You might just be receiving from the cosmos, from the earth, from the fire. Really fill your own spirit with this sense of peace and warmth of the hearth of the fire. Now I tell you, yeah, keep breathing deeply. I'm feeling there's a lot of energy coming in for some of you. Our hearts are being softened and broken open to ourselves, loving the darkness. Having compassion for our sisters and brothers and the leaders. And let yourself also be open if there are tears or that feeling of sadness or grief. We are on a massive changing cusp for humanity, for the earth. And many things are leaving. But just keeping breathing in. There's lots of beautiful, I'm seeing lots of pure white, innocent energy, light, the white light of the God source, and green from nature, blue from spirit. You might see some other colors in the fire medicine. And if you do see some medicine for you, whether that's some flames or something from one of the spirits here or from your ancestors, just welcome that in or be present with it. And we're being asked also to Look up the center of the lodge. There's an opening that opens to the Milky Way, to the stars and planets and the galaxies. So the grandmothers want you to connect to your galactic or cosmic homelands as much as the earth. Open to their love, their energy, their truth. And they are here with us to help us be these beautiful rainbows, conduits, master beings, medicine people. So allow your own light to shine bright in this moment in the lodge. You may even see other sisters and brothers lighting up with color, with magic, with truth, and peace. And I can see a lot of children. Maybe some of you brought your inner child, but that sweet innocence. And so the magical, mystical loved ones from our childhoods that keep us young and playful are wanting to come in as well. Those are like the unicorns and the fairies, the flower fairies, the gnomes, Pegasus, the mushrooms, mycelium network, dragons. You might even connect with someone you're working with or someone new, the she, fairy race. Those regenerative, creative fairy realm and magical ones. And I'm seeing all these white lilies that we had called in the pine tree in the circle. The white pine was considered the tree of peace to the Iroquois people. That was part of the early democracy teachings. So really want to see this tree of peace, this white pine. Nurture this tree. Whatever way you're called to interact. And even merge with this tree in its center. And I'm seeing a blanket of white lilies all around the fire. This is the divine feminine, the very sweet, white, pure essence. It carries medicine, especially for the feminine or the gentle, for healing of abuse or sexuality. And so if you need some of this medicine too, you can welcome the white lilies, welcome the pine tree, and also welcome the thunder beings and lightning beings of white buffalo calf woman. Some of you carry that strong medicine, lightning and thunder medicine, or you work with white buffalo calf woman. And this is her medicine. It's powerful. You might hear the thunder and the drums in the distance, see flashes of light. This is the electrical and magnetic of the earth making love, this powerful force of nature, of the earth and the sky. So opening to whatever medicine of peace is needed for you and for our circle and for the world. And she wants us to also to really honor all of the elementals, the weather spirits, those who are part of her, and the dragons that work with the weather, work with the cleansing storms, work with the wind, the hurricanes, the floods, the flooding, the tornadoes, the earth changes and earthquakes. I like to really honor and thank these beautiful elemental beings for the work they're doing with us and with her to bring cleansing, these cleansing storms. I know they can be tragedies and times of loss for many, but also to honor this beautiful work of the cleansing of the earth that is happening now. For us to be at peace with the weather, the storms, the changes. White Buffalo Calf Woman says, thank you. It's time for that right relationship with nature, with the earth, where we honor and do not judge what needs to happen, what is destined to happen, what opens the way for the awakening. And now she'd like us to really celebrate, to bring joy, to bring happiness, to bring those positive, that energy of hope. And if it's just a small spark within you right now or at times, the energy of unity, and for those to be carried on the rainbow, like you can open to imagine the rainbows. The rainbows come with all the goddesses and with the Corn Mother. They come with all the grandmothers. They come with us as part of the rainbow tribe and the rainbow grids of the waters and the earth and the rainbows of the solar rainbow dragons of the sun. We're opening up all these octaves of color of all dimensions and welcome that. And anything else that you may be receiving guidance to, I'm sure, and to welcome the guidance that you are receiving for our group, for this weaving of peace. And don't be afraid to share that. For now, it's etherically, but after we'll have a chance to share in comments and with your voice. But allow your voice, allow the grandmothers to support the opening of your voice. You are a voice of the grandmothers, of White Buffalo Calf Woman, of nature, of humanity. And now I invite you to, we've really created a lot of energy within our own bodies, within the lodge. And now we're being asked, oh, there's one more thing they want me to do, or for us to open. Someone else may have been doing this. But the emerald ray from emerald green from Venus, that color of love, unconditional, bright green love. And just allowing that to come from Venus, to come from the stars, to fill the lodge with palatable love. And then with that, I think there might be some other like opalescence, pearlescence, effervescence, luminescence, a lot of high octave light. But with that, we're being asked to allow what we've kind of condensed into this lodge to be gently just spread and shone or shined, whatever the word, radiated out, sent down into the grid where you are. Ooh, nice. Into the earth, deep to the cosmos, and in every direction. I know each of you are standing in your perfect place on the earth. So from each one of us, we can radiate that out like we're the hub of this piece, these rainbows, these prisms, this really holographic awareness that our small cell of light, this grandmother lodge cell, is permeating out to all the cells of all the universes of the whole earth in this moment. Oya chayo tiele toya honya. Heya tea hoya teo honya. Heo teo teo teo. Aya teo teo. Thank you, thank you, thank you. They're going to the children. They're going to the humans, the elders. They're going to the places, to the elementals. They're connecting with all other peace workers, light workers, earth workers. They're creating a massive light field, energy field. New earth or true earth. And if you'd like to just kind of view that or feel that or sense what that may look like, feel like, or just bask in that blissful frequency. Beautiful. And if you'd like to use the infinity symbol, that figure 8 symbol, through your body, from you to someone else, to others, all around the lodge, up and down, above and below, that sacred geometry, Sophia Metatron. Wonderful. And just keep breathing this energy in and out, this peace, this love, this compassion. any other qualities. And just really breathe it deep down all the way so it's very embodied within your physical body and integrated into all those places inside you, working through your own shadows. Your own dance of awakening. Yeah, and you can just imagine or do this, lift your arms up to reach the heavens. Let yourself receive whatever else is needed to complete the time in the lodge. Bringing your hands to the heart, gathering in that medicine, that love, gratitude, and then putting your hands so the palms face the earth and grounding that into the grid and into your own body. See a lot of celebration in the lodge. So if there's anything you wish to um, do an energetic offering to the fire, to the spirits, to the grandmothers, and white buffalo calf women. You can hug them, receive any gifts they have for you. Looks like they're initiating us into these new fields of energy. It's like a bundle of colors and rainbows and sparkles and magic. So receive that for your bundle, for your medicine moving forward. Maybe different for, I'm sure it's different for each of you, but you get to bring something new forward, something ready to open at this auspicious time. And also for you to know they're always with you, your spirit guides and helpers and the grandmothers and white buffalo calf woman. So I'm seeing the spiraling energy of the grandmothers in the fire as the fire is being released back and all those dimensions. And we come back to our bodies, giving our thanks. If you want to walk the way that you came or travel the way that you came in, to start returning and moving back into the space of your home or where you are. Taking those breaths, bringing the medicine with you, and also holding it as very sacred. I like to imagine either wings or a cape or a white robe, gathering up your medicine, calling it sacred, keeping it for you. And then when you need to share it, you'll know you can open it safely and share with others. But for now, we'll gather this sense of peace from the ancient ones, from yourself. And you can ask in this moment if there's any other messages for you or for the circle. Ya chon ya chula tioma tochonya chohonya hoyo. Honya hoyo. Honya hoyo. So the grandmothers are completing our prayers, our lodge, our weaving of peace. And they are just Their eyes are filled with tears of joy and love. And they call us their daughters and sons, our granddaughters and grandsons of the grandmothers, the ancient ones. So for you to know you are held in that love. And you can keep allowing this energy to nourish your body. It's really beautiful and pure and high octave. So you can just allow that to move through your nervous system to support you, to calm you, but just be really gentle. I'm going to now open our circle and invite any sharing. And this can be, messages for all of us, or something you feel would be helpful for others. If you need to leave right at 1, that's fine. Thank you for staying. But if you want to stay on, I'm just going to stay on until we feel complete with any messages or sharing. And so, yeah, I just am so appreciative and grateful for all of you from like different places of my life to be together right now. Feels such a blessing. So thank you. Thank you. So I'm going to open up the gallery view. See all your beautiful faces. Yeah, and if you want to, write something in the comments, that's great. Share something for our sisters and brothers. Share, and then also if you want to bring your voice forward, I did feel that there is a need for some of you to use your voice, especially those who aren't good at that or don't usually. It's like, please, we are holding space for you to speak. This is part of the prophecy, right? That we, as the grandmothers, and are speaking. So I guess, okay, we have someone here. Christy.
Thank you. That was beautiful. What I received was from my good, true, and beautiful ancestral helping spirits. And what they asked is that we all invite in our own heritage of good, true, and beautiful helping spirits to return to us, to join us, and to help us work with what I would say is both twins, because our ancestors, we have good, true, and beautiful, and we have the unwell. And so they're both in us. And to call on them because they have walked the earth life and are here to help each of us. Thank you.
Beautifully said. Thank you so much. Cheryl.
I wrote a poem called The Invitation earlier in the year of things I'd wish I'd said to invite my family into conversation about being in the right relationship with each other. And I'm going to record that today, and I'm going to share it on social media with my family and the people who are there, with the intention on this very day where there's so much discord all over the planet, that invitation to come back into how we have difficult conversations. I'll share it with you, and if you want to share it here, that's fine too, if you choose to do that, but I feel called to share that today.
Beautiful. Did you want to read that for us, or does that feel?
I don't have it here with me.
Oh, okay. But you'll share it. Okay.
I'll share it with you, and if you would like to share it on there,
Yeah, I can send it also with the replay and put it on the YouTube replay part. Thank you. Beautiful. Giles, am I saying that right? Sorry.
I'm Gail.
Oh, sorry. Okay, Gail.
Hi, it's been a long time since I've been present with you. I get your emails for many years, and as I wrote, you and Marshall Jack did a drum ceremony for me back when we helped build the water wheel for Grandmother Florida Mayo. But my grandmother came to me during this. I felt like I was led to this today unexpectedly. I had ovarian cancer almost 9 years ago in New Mexico, and I now live in Portugal since December last year. And during the time that I was dealing with my cancer, I tried to connect with my grandmothers. I'm on my father's side, Chickasaw Nation. And I have weaving and beading experience. I never knew where it came from, but my grandmother said, I was there helping you with this. But not only that, when I was dealing with my cancer, I was told that my name was Standing Tall Woman. And I didn't understand why. And she told me why tonight. She said, there was a time when we lost all our men. And you stood up and you led our elders and our children and our women to safety. I thought it was just something that I've always felt a connection on some level, but I didn't understand it. And she talked with me throughout the meditation. And she's going to be working with me and has been waiting for me. I never understood, but this has been something I did not expect. I saw your email today and I sent it to a friend that I went to a trip to Carcassonne to learn about the Cathars, and understood that in some life I was a Cathar because I was a weaver and I worked with herbs and many things. But tonight we had to stop. We were having pizza and salad and trying to decide whether to watch the elections from abroad. And I told my partner, I really must tune into this. And I'm so glad I did, because my grandmother came to me and was clear throughout this whole. And so anyway, we're supposed to continue this. So thank you, Camilla. It's been a very long time.
Wow, thank you so much, Gail. I feel really honored to have you here and to hear your experience. Just, yeah, I think it's.
She just said, I'm mother. I've been here and I've been waiting, and now it's time, and we're gonna weave and we're gonna bead, and it's time.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I just feel like it's really strange sometimes how you're led on a moment's notice to follow an instinct, and you never know what come from that. And that is the beauty of spirit working with all of us, I think. Listen.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, they say the most important superpower right now is our intuition, right?
Well, I do know from experience that you don't listen, things can happen that you don't expect. But when you do listen, and I have had that inkling, and on a few occasions it saved me. But this is an unexpected wonder. Thank you.
Thank you so much
for tonight.
And Susan Glavin, would you like to share?
I would. That was so beautiful, Camilla. Thank you. So rich and heartfelt. And thanks for everyone for being here. And I too was called to be on this call today. And now I know why. And I would love to share something with you that came to me a few years ago. But I think with the twins, you spoke about the twin brothers and just the separation that's in the light and the dark that is definitely present on the planet right now. I wanted to share this information that came to me. It was a beautiful, I guess, download, and I think it's very important to share for this time. And it's called Coming Home. Come, you are welcome here. Come feast with me, shame, deceit, betrayal. You are acknowledged and accepted here. Come rage, distrust, feast with me. I have prepared a place for you. Come in worthiness, sadness, and hatred. You are most welcome here. Come home to the one, the united. Let us dine together in wholeness, seeing the gifts of each. Come misfortune, hunger, and greed. Come sit, dine, and feast upon the glory of us together as one. Come addiction, abuse, and abandonment. Come jealousy, envy, and greed. There is plenty for all. Come scarcity, lack, fraud, and disgust. Come sit. Come dishonor, disappointment, and doubt. Gather with us. Let us acknowledge you, your gifts, your hidden talents. Come sit with the light, the joy, the grace, the wisdom. Come sit beside us and witness each as they are, no longer hidden, rejected, or ignored. Come be with the all, the one. Come trust, come faith, come happiness. Come bliss, come truth, come hope, come peace, come preciousness. Come power, come abundance, adoration, and grace. Come be at my table prepared for this time, this place, this moment. Come powerless victim, come helpless, hopeless denial. A place has been set in your honor. Let us gaze upon you in wonder and gratitude, for you are the wholeness, the way back home, the remembering of who we truly are. Come feast on the love that has been especially prepared for you. My holy, divine beloveds, welcome home.
I love that. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's so perfect too, Susan, because when I was making notes in my journal yesterday with White Buffalo Calf Woman, she said, it's messy. And it was like, I realized that's been such a teaching for me these last years. Like, it's okay to be messy. Be messy. Like, we're messy humans. Peace is messy. Like, it's active. It's messy. Humans. We're always doing like things and making. Yeah, you get it. So
Yeah.
that just felt like there it is.
There it is.
There
Yes.
it is. The big mess. Yeah. And
Thank
here we are in this messy world. But you gotta love. We'll read this from Lily Pearl, she's in Eugene. I hold a vision, unless you want to, Lily Pearl, but happy to read it for you. Do you want to read it?
Oh, sure. What the heck?
Yeah.
I hold this vision of a mother world, and that is a world where the sacred values of motherhood are the guiding principles. That's a place where love, caring, sharing, generosity, and reciprocity are at the center, where all children are sacred, and where everyone honors the sacredness of our great Mother Earth. And I felt this coming for a while, and the feeling is getting stronger. I feel the feminine rising, and I want to thank you, Camilla, for bringing us into the lodge today and letting us all experience a taste of that beauty and grace of the mother world.
It's so beautiful. My heart feels so happy and kind of tender too, right? It's like this new world is tender in the breaking open. Thank you. Yeah, Ellie and Brian.
Hi, thank you so much. It's so encouraging to be here with you all, and I have such a longing in my life to be around elders and elder women, especially. And it's just like so beautiful feeling the circle around. And Camilla, that was, my head is still going nuts right now. It's like that just felt like all the big players came in the whole cosmos to that lodge. Um, and I felt myself like weeping and weeping at various times, and I don't know why, but just like maybe it is part of that mother world, but just like the tears of remembering. And I want to share that, like, for my small self or my personhood on earth, it's been feeling so hard to navigate these energies, and just like I can't do it. Like I know like I can feel what's coming, but just like it's so hard on my physical body kind of, and small self. And in the lodge it was like it felt like a really important experience. Like, first, I also loved that we got to have each brother on our shoulder, and that felt, when even the shadow brother came in, that felt like a relief for me. And like I could just feel the circle of wholeness come around, and it's just like that's important. It's not ignoring that brother, but that's helping the wholeness come. Um, and then for me personally, like in the lodge, yeah, just feeling like the intensities in my physical body of just like all this rocking through me, trying to do it on my own, like navigate these times. And then at that like exact moment, you said that like it's so amazing what you do in the lodge, but just like to open to the central channel, and like Buffalo Calf Pipe Woman wants us to like look up and receive like the galaxies and the star beings. And um, in my own journey, I've been like really afraid of, in a lot of ways, of my star family. And but then they just started pouring through the lodge and like through into my crown, and it's like, and all this junk of my human body and all my beliefs that are so stuck in my head, and they were just like taking it out. And so it does feel like this is a time where I do actually really need to open to my star family, because like I can't do it alone, and I can't navigate these times just the way I think, through my mind. And then right after, like, the pine tree came and like came into my body to like meet the star family. So also like this feeling of like, okay, like there can be something bigger than me, like in my body. So just like the pine and the star family. And so then it's like otherwise I don't know how to go through what's coming. And but this was encouraging in that way. So thank you so much. And I feel exhausted.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Yeah, I think that's a big message. Both the not feeling alone, that we aren't, right? There's enormous, I mean, just in this group alone, I was just feeling like millions and millions and millions of levels, because each one of us has millions of ancestors, and you could see them going all the way back, and then all the different levels. And it's like immense. Not that we have to work with all of them, of course, but just to, yeah, the ones that we need in any moment are there and present. And even though the grandmothers I work with through Judith Moore teachings, the Spirit Council, 13 grandmothers, they're really good at human stuff, even though they're like womb grandmother and Star Nation grandmother and, creation energy. They really are helpful for like day-to-day difficult stuff. So they'll help if you want to just ask for that. Yeah. And the cosmic connection too, I guess just a word on that when I've been tuning into trees lately, they keep saying that word cosmic, like they keep repeating that. So I think it's that reminder for us, look up, like, even if you don't connect, or know how to connect, just having that intention that you can be always connected with your kin, your soul family, your planetary star lineage, whatever. Even if you don't know the details of it, just open to the love of that. And it's amazing how helpful that can be. Just doing that prayer. Yeah. Yeah. Anyone else? Cheryl?
Thank you to everyone who shared. I've taken so much away from all of your words so deeply. And I wanted to make a comment to Susan, like when you shared that I resonated too with like all these unskillful parts of myself. I had felt so profoundly welcomed into that in a big way. So having both of them on my shoulders and being there, that was okay to acknowledge all of the unskillfulness and the messiness that I have been on my recovery journey as a human being. And I felt seen in a deeper way, that it was okay, that that shame could be released, because that's a part of the path, and that all that can be honored just with this. So thank you for writing that poem. It really meant a lot to my heart.
Thank you, Cheryl. Sandy, grandmother Sandy.
My head's still spinning. Just beautiful, very timely. And I was just reminded, I think the twins really bring it into focus that there's a light and dark to almost everything that we see or experience. But I think a major challenge for me is to not judge. They're there to do what they're supposed to do. And then I keep hearing Patricia Cotorobo's words of, we can love them back into the light. And sometimes say, how? What do I do? But all you have to do is bring the light forward and welcome them in. And got chills now. But thank you. This was incredible. And I did want to let everybody know that as we were leaving the lodge, we were getting eagle feather blessings on the top of our head. If somebody felt a tingle, that they were being grateful and that we came and we honored them and that we listened. So thank you, Camilla. Thank you, everybody. It's just amazing.
Thanks for sharing that. I love that. Eagle blessing. I kind of feel like I don't want to put you on the spot, Molly Rice, but you always have good sharing if you'd like.
That's so funny because I was like, oh, I don't need to share. And then White Buffalo Woman was like, you have to share this. And then you said that. When I walked into the lodge, it was like everyone in the circle was with me. It felt so amazing, this group of people, and the extended people who will watch it later included in that circle too. But White Buffalo Woman took my hands and she poured in stones and crystals. And she said, use these. Use these stones and crystals. You don't need to know how to use them, but use them. They don't need to be the most perfect crystals and stones. They don't need to be what you think they might be used for, what you've heard, but use them. It's very important. And thank you. This was so beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Molly, for that message. Yeah, I love that, because I think sometimes there is that hesitation to explore things because we don't know about them, right? So just play. Yeah. Yay, Priya.
I had a similar experience with White Buffalo Calf Woman. When we started the circle, she handed me a flute and was like, get up and go and sing and share your song. And she kind of had that same energy and was like, you don't need to know how to play the flute. You don't even need to know what your song is. Just share it, just sing it. And it was just really beautiful. And I just felt like I was like a wild child in the whole ceremony. Like I just wanted to sing and dance with the grandmothers. And I felt a lot of the celebratory energy. And so I felt a lot of clearing. And there were so many synchronicities when you were saying what we were doing, like right before you said that there was like one cell. I got the vision of like one cell in my throat like bursted into like billions of cells that was like bursting into the world and into the universe, and it was healing everything, and there was a lot of rainbow energy, and Tara also came through, and I was feeling like the thunder and the lightning, and it was great. It's always excellent. I'm so glad so many people showed up today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you, Priya. She's one of my regulars in Patreon. And it's interesting too. I had that connection because for those who aren't regulars, you're welcome to join us. We'd love to have you. But that the thunder and lightning medicine is a big part of the White Buffalo Calf Woman, which I had kind of forgotten. And then I was reading and it was like, they're connected, and that medicine keeps coming into our patron group. And I've worked with it off and on for a while, but a lot of people in the group are having these amazing experiences with the lightning and the thunder and that medicine, and things happening with the real thunder and lightning too. And so, yeah, and then it ties into kind of the weather and that spirit, but just being open, yeah, to those connections. Wonderful. Anyone else?
I just wanted to share
Yeah.
that. Hi.
Yeah, hi.
It got dark, but um, I just wanted to share that I also felt the eagle blessing for everybody, Sandy. And I also saw a flute. And White Buffalo Calf Woman said, be whole, which reminds me of the poem that was shared and the conversation about the twins. And every time I get like messages, I'm always like, say more, expand. Like, I don't know what it means. And it was very much just, behold, there two words, these are the two words. And there's no, that you don't even have to understand what it means. That it's more about embodiment, if this makes sense. Thank you.
Thank you, Corey. Yeah, that feels like a really important message. Thank you for bringing that through about we don't always have all the details or know what it's all about, but that just trusting it, right? Embodying it. We're an energetic universe. Yeah, Tamara.
Hi. So I'm actually Eliza. My mom is Tamara, and she just told me about this like last minute. So I don't know how many people are actually part of these groups on a daily basis or a weekly basis, or however you do it. But it was beautiful because I didn't even fully understand it, like in the mind of everything happening as you were speaking. But I actually really appreciated that because I felt like my soul was just feeling the experience. And I don't know if I've really felt this much of like this much energy of love and like of just a beingness in a group setting before. And there was no mind work going on. There was no like trying to create these ideas or these even like images this time. I'm usually a very imagery kind of person, but it was just like very um just so much energy like moving through my body and colors. And so I wanted to thank you for that. And there was one part of it with the lightning that just like really it really like shook me. Like when you said the lightning, I could feel it. I could feel the energy of that, like that inner strength, that inner warrior, that power of the feminine. And yeah, so that definitely struck me as well this time. But yeah, I think that was the biggest thing is just right now in my life, I'm learning to really surrender to the heart and let go of the mind control because and like being with a group today like this, it's so validating because sometimes you feel so much in the dark and sometimes you question or doubt this path you're on because it's like I'm not getting anything, I'm not like the mind's not getting these like inspirations or you're not feeling it. And so it's very validating when you have these experiences of so much energy that you feel that you it's just so confirming to know like no, this is all real stuff. And it's all very real what we're experiencing. And it's a lot more real than what we see with our physical eyes and this 3D reality.
Thank you so much, Eliza. Beautiful. So happy you came and had that. And yeah, a beautiful description like of your own experience of it, because we all are so different, right? Yeah, Molly V.
Hi there.
Hi.
So, actually, through the discussion, I'm impressed with the themes of like the intuition and embodying and the knowing and the trusting, which is something that we discussed in a way last week. And that you don't have to understand, you just go with and trust. That seems to be a theme that I keep hearing, which is like really good for me. And I had, certain, different experiences throughout the meditation, but what I was doing pretty much throughout was singing a song, just a tune, and doing it out loud. It just came, and I'm just, singing that tune throughout the meditation. And I just had a feeling that it was sort of grounding and peaceful and putting out like enfolding, embracing feeling for everybody, there. It was certainly for me, but you know how sound is and what sound does, So that was my experience. Thanks, Camilla, so much for doing this. And I really appreciate everybody. I was thinking how nice it is for me to be seeing faces unfamiliar, of course, to me, but, have been praying for like-minded people in my life, because I'm pretty isolated. And this is like, wow, dream come true. So thank you. All right.
Thank you, Molly. We're so happy you're here too. Happy to hear. Yeah, and look at those themes and the song that it's like maybe holding the circle, holding us, or for whatever reason. It's beautiful. Anyone else? Such a beautiful community here. And I know for those who will watch later, including you, but wow, I'm like amazed and blessed to have you join me today. And also, yeah, your poems and words and energies and what you shared as well feels like a really important part of that as well. So thank you all so much. And I guess just to share a little more for those who are wanting more of this, Tuesdays at noon, same timing, is a weekly Patreon call that we do. Some of the women on here are from that community. So if that's something that would support you, we'd love to have you join us. And you can find out through my Patreon under Camilla Blossom. And then also just a shout out that I am taking a route to Oaxaca, Mexico in March. A couple of people on here are going. And it's feels like that energy of Corn Mother, which is a Corn Mother pilgrimage, will be a lot about that divine feminine nourishment of the earth, nourishment of the food, connecting with those sacred lands and the indigenous people. We'll do healings with them. So if that's something that calls you, you can reach out to me. And yeah, and I'll stay on after I turn the recording off if anyone wants to chat a little more privately or has anything to share off camera. But other than that, I just want to thank you all. Let's close our circle as well. And so I just want to thank all the beautiful spirits, our own sacred nature and spirit guides, our own ancestors, and all those who joined us from the lands, from the heavens, from the earth, from all directions, from all levels, from the Tree of Life, the Grandmother Lodge, and White Buffalo Calf Woman. Thank you, thank you. We release this lodge, send everything back to their perfect place, and close the container, phoenix it, and send that back to spirit. Thank you, thank you. Have a beautiful day. Stay in this good vibe for moving forward, right? We all receive new gifts, so hopefully it'll be easier, but definitely keep connected. I think it's super important, the community, and knowing you're not alone, we're together, and we have power, superpowers when we get together too. So peace, peace, peace.
Thank you, Camilla. I'm so glad I was